Good morning! It's time for your morning latte. I guess it's weekly latte now. I guess it's weekly latte now. And I also realized I forgot to change my text box back to the normal color that it's supposed to be, so it's a little awkward. I forgot how to stream. It's been less than a week, and I've already forgotten. So please bear with me for just a moment. That's the one. A week old latte, ew. For real. I'm just making sure everything's like working well because I turned down my audio levels, my like perceived audio levels, my headphones, and now everything's like super quiet because I was scared that I was destroying my my ears. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty great, I would say, if I wasn't sleep deprived. Yeah, I would be great if I got enough rest on average in general, right? I'm just saying. He's a random flash person that attacked your channel. That's crazy. You must have met my my buddy Choco. That's crazy. Yeah, I gave her access to the the YouTube. I'm not sure what she's doing, but you know, she's definitely you know, doing whatever it is that she does. But 1 second, let me fix something that I forgot to do. But I hope she wasn't too weird and too cringe, you know. I hope she was all right, you know. I told her, don't be weird. Dramatic, glad to have you back. Yeah, of course. Glad to help. Glad to not always be here, but glad to be here right now. Let me just real quick, let me change this. There you go. Anyway. She seemed kind of cool. Well, I'll let her know for sure. I have the wrong color. Hold on 1 second. This should be better now. I keep wiping the things. But the eyes and forehead were so small. Yeah, that's a very tragic circumstance of being blood and flesh. And she had a good gigantic nose. No, I understand. Real in 3D is traumatic indeed. The real anime latte we know? Hell yeah. What else am I here for if not to be 2D, right? Anyway, okay. Hope you guys have been well though in this 5 days that I've been out. it'll have to be longer next time that you guys see me, but I have been well, one of the reasons I've been sleep deprived is because lately I've been feeling the kind of like the itch to do content and stuff. He lost 14 kilos. 14 kilos is incredible. 14 kilos is a little bit a lot. That's a lot. I hope your health is all alright, you know? But yeah, I produced more content lately. I don't know when I'll release it. I haven't like scheduled any of it yet, and I really should, to be honest. I should really like have a scheduler, but anyway, it's okay. I'm gonna be giving, I guess it's like a preemptive treat. I'll be releasing some content for members about my next big content. So have you guys look forward to it. Pregnancy with last week, the withdrawal is harsh. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you mentally, emotionally recover. Yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say. Anyway, we're here today to talk about Genshin Impact, alright? No more of this, none of this, silliness, alright? Let's talk about some Genshin Impact. My favorite video game in 2020 and 2021 and also 2022. And I guess 2023 at this point, you know? Might as well. Anyway, let me take a look at what we've got. Alright. World, we done that. We talked about World. We talked about Archons. We talked about the main story and history for the regions. Alright. I didn't talk about all the main history. At least you're consistent. If it be predictable, maybe? Consistent? Predictable? What are you talking about? I'm predictable, but I'm not consistent. I don't know what you're on about. But I've been wanting to oh, about my favorite game? Oh yeah. Okay, that's pretty valid. That's pretty valid. I was gonna say something, but like I honestly can't remember anymore. Legitimately, I think the sleep deprivation is getting to my brain, guys. It's final season. It is final season, and I pray for my well-being, guys. I will survive my bestest to my ability, the best of my abilities. Yep. But instead of studying for real, you guys should be studying for the Genshin final that's coming up soon. You know, I'll be quizzing you guys at a random point as in Friday next week. You guys will have to give me the entire detailed summary of all the lore of Genshin that has ever existed, based on what we talked about in class. You know, so I'll be you guys better do well. If you fail, you're gonna be put on academic probation and whatever. Yeah, Genshin's ending? No. This is a quiz of everything that we've learned up to this point. You know, it's like a midterm, alright? It's not like when you take a math course and you have your finals. It's not like that. There's no more math in the world, right? Just cause minor brain damage increases likelihood for strokes. Exactly. Which is why I've been trying to sleep more, because strokes are kind of bad, right? There's like an anagram, I'm pretty sure. Is that the word? For like how to find out if you're having a stroke. And I don't remember very much, but I remember one of them is like slurring. I remember one of them is like your face starts to droop. And then if you try to lift both arms, one arm doesn't go up as high as the other one. And then if you try all those things, and then the person seems to be like kind of like foggy in the brain, you should probably call 911 because it's probably a stroke. That's all I remember about treating strokes, because I definitely did my life-saving course homework. Anyway. Strokes are really good though. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. We may be talking about different strokes here. Anyway. Only vampires consistently have a severe lack of sleep. I mean, just sleeping less in general will increase your risk. I mean, of course, it'll be higher if you do it, or if you're treating your body more poorly. But you know. Anyway, guys, I went and learned some of the lore of Mondstadt, because, you know, why would I study for real classes when I could study for whatever this is, right? Hey, Lord Peace, it's good to see you again. So, alright guys, ready? It's time to learn. It's time to put on your gloves and educate yourself. So, we don't know much about the earliest civilizations of Mondstadt, but we do know in the oldest days, in the oldest records of Mondstadt's history, a clan called Salvindagnir settled into Dragonspine. After escaping a land of ice, probably also snow. A cold land. Alright, guys? Alright, taking notes, alright. What are you doing to a spine? Actually, it's called Dragon Spine because a dragon died there and his bones can still be found. It's pretty epic, actually. I'll tell you guys about the dragon later. At this point in time, the mountain was lush and green before, but the that's the history of Denmark. I'm glad it's easy for you to remember. How do I spell acquisition? Acquisition of, is it forbidden knowledge? I think it was. I think forbidden knowledge. Okay, well, but an unknown being why did they mark the dead? But an unknown being gave something to the civilized. Okay, hold on. Possibly started a Logi. I'll explain that another time when I remember why. It might be this guy that drew the attention of Celestia. What is something? We don't know what something is. We just know the mural shows that there's this big guy. And the big guy is handing something to the little guys on the mountain. And then like the big guy's holding, hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. But yeah, the big guy's holding like a big like this big thing. And it's like bad and stuff. I don't know. That's kind of what I've gathered. And then it depicts in the next mural a meteor. I don't think it was a meteor, but it was definitely shiny. Alright, and then beyond that, yeah, the skies then struck the mountain. Just God chucking pebbles at humans. So true. I did not mean to tab that, by the way. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna, while the game is loading for me, I'm gonna real quick finish this part. They then sent a celestial nail down to Dragon Spine that how do you call it? Sounds like a meteor? No. The celestial nail is definitely some kind of meteor. But the golden glowing thing is not a meteor. 90% sure. I'm like 90% sure of this fact. I just need to find this thing that I'm looking for. That changed the climate to snow and ice, leading to the eventual demise of the people of Salve and Dagnir. GG's. What a tragic passing that they had. Real quick. Let's go to studio mode. Let's go find that mural so I can, Can't believe Genshin killed the dinosaurs? Honestly. Actually toxic. Is that a chest? Oh. Okay. I guess I forgot to claim that. That's crazy. Is weather not climate? I think it is climate because you consider this place is like whole kind of his climate. Yeah, because like you look at this part is all green and this part is very not green. Where's that thing I'm looking for? Hold on. I swear I found it last time. I don't remember where it is. It's not here. Oh my gosh, that's the Genshin impact. Killing the dinosaurs? No, you're right, actually. Let them cook. Let this guy cook. Where am I going? Isn't this just where I was before, but on the other side? I'm like 80% sure it is. I knew it. There you go. That's not where I want to be. Where am I supposed to go? My take is correct yet again. Congratulations on your victory. Hey, it's down here. Oh yeah. No, I remember now. It's right here, right here. This is what I'm looking for. I found it. Wasn't that hard after all. Alright. Now real quick, let's switch because there's a cool new function that we got in this game. It looks a little bit like this. No, not this guy. It's called a photography gang for a reason. Trust me. Let's swap to our camera. Alright, now we can take photos. So this is the big guy giving the big shiny thing to the little guys. I like how clear our images are now. Wow, it's so cool and nice. This brings me a lot of joy. I'm gonna take a photo of this. And I'm gonna put it onto our document here. There should be a better way to format this. Hold on. Oh, that's what happens. Try this. I don't think it works that way. I don't think it works that way. Okay, I cannot organize it the way I thought I could, sadly. But that's okay. That's definitely a meteor. An iron, 15%, 45% iron, 15% ice, and then some copper and silicate. At least that's what it looks like. Surprised you can determine so accurately the chemical composition of that thing. But now we can get like a really clear view of what this is showing to us. I love this song. This track is such a banger. Alright, there we go. Yeah, without even tasting it. Honestly. Alright. Alright. Song does sound pretty? Exactly. I love the song. Anyway. Eventually, the eventual demise, leading to the eventual demise of the people of Salvindagner. That makes sense to me, right? I feel like these images are a little too big, though. I feel like there's a better way we could do this, but anyway, I'll just delete them for now. After the events of the mountain, after the people died on the mountain, what happened? Oh yeah, okay, so in the ancient days of Mondstadt's history, let's see. Before Barbados was the Archon of, I guess like before the Archon War. Before the Archon War, Mondstadt had two major gods. One was Decarabian, the god of storms, and I'm gonna have to guess his name because I kind of forgot. And Anderson. That's what I'm calling him now. Anderson. He's named after the wolf. Andreas? Perchance. Andreas sounds right. But I'm gonna need to check real quick. Great King of the North? Sure, but what's his name? What's this guy's name? There's no way. This is a lot harder than I'm anticipating to find this guy's name. I just want to know if it's spelled right. I just don't know how it's spelled. That's all I want. Do 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 do. All right, so this is the guy. This is the guy I'm looking for. All right. He's kind of epic looking. Andreas. That's what he's called, right? But they don't call him Andreas. I already looking somewhere I can. Whatever. I'll trust you on this one. Andreas. Oh, I already had it as a link. Okay, never mind. Anyway, and Andreas, the god of snow, I guess, cold, ice. It's the wiki. Oh, you know that would have been help. You know, I probably should have just alt tabbed to the wiki. I should have just alt tabbed to the wiki. In unrelated news, though, I'm not gonna lie. This last week, I've been kind of like trying to recover my voice a little bit. Gotta get an ad right before watching cringe, am I right? I'm sponsored by Genshin Impact. Let's go. But yeah, I've been trying to recover my voice a little bit, but I can already feel the damage, or I'm already feeling the healing starting to get undone by this one stream, and it's only been 20 minutes. That's crazy, guys. Can you believe it? Anyway, the two gods were in conflict for hundreds of years. My brother, how weak are you? My vocal cords are evidently quite weak. This is why I generally throws rocks and never respects them. No one tries to start a rebellion like in Inazuma or Samira, or question his position like in Fontaine. Yeah, that is pretty. I mean, it makes sense to me because in Zhongli's case, he was like very actively involved with the citizens, right? He was very actively like trying to help his people, right? And he has a lot of it's also because he's like so old. He has a lot of legends about him. So it makes sense to me, right? Most people start rebellions in Inazuma and Sumeru because like they don't see their like only Inazuma is because they felt like their god was heckin' corrupt, right? In Sumeru, it's because of they thought that the new god was trying to overthrow the old god kind of thing. Zhongli is kind of just he's just a big guy and he's been around for literally forever kind of thing, right? Like put bills on child. Little bit, yeah. But it's a little bit like, okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys. So the town that I grew up in, all right. I'm pretty sure that they haven't changed a mayor since I was in like 3rd grade, maybe 2nd grade. I don't know. But the town that I grew up in, they've had the same mayor for like, I don't know, at least like a decade and a half, right? I'm not counting the numbers, mind you. I'm just saying it feels like this guy's been around for a little longer than I anticipated. And I had my school t-shirt, my elementary school t-shirt signed by our mayor, who came in to my school one time. I no longer have the shirt, for the record, but I remember that. That was a crowning moment of my childhood. And then I found out recently, I think he's still mayor. I think he's still the mayor of the town. It's a little wild. Not quite sure that Normac lady took over for a few months around 2018. I have no clue who that is. Anyway, sorry, back to Genshin lore. Conflict for hundreds of years. To protect his citizens. Oh, okay. Andreas. I guess in conflict, in the battle, Andreas turned the entire lands of Mondstadt to ice and snow, and to repel this, Decoravian constructed a wind wall around his kingdom. Let's see. His capital city was in. It is in the now recognized Storm Terror's lair. What happened next? And then what happened was basically his subjects felt really trapped inside of his wind wall kingdom, and they wanted to see the outside. Let's see. Decoravian's subjects objected to his rule. Believe if you're feeling trapped inside of his kingdom, but when the only people to ever escape are from the Gunhildur clan. The ancestors. Just wow, my brain kind of broke for a minute. Vagine. and Barbara. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Cool. Who the heck is Barbara? Alright, you wanna talk about Barbara? Let's talk about Barbara. This is Jean, right? She's very cool. She has another outfit as well. Wow. Wow, look at her. Wow, she's so cool. Wow. And then there's Barbara, who is here. This is also her second outfit. This is her first outfit. She was separated from her sister at like a young age or something, so she became a priestess, and the other guy, sorry, what? She became a priestess, and Jean became a high up lady. She became a high up lady in the in the world, I guess. She's now the acting grandmaster of Mondstadt. Does not look like a Barbara at all. Yeah, she doesn't look like a middle-aged white lady. Not yet, anyway. I mean, who knows what she'll be like in the future, right? But she's very cute. She's the idol of Mondstadt. She's like, as a nun, she wants to like bring joy and happiness to everyone, and she really likes singing and spicy food. And so she's an idol now. And she's also kind of depressed, like Loki. But she's cute. She's cute. Likes the floor. Jeez, honestly. She's got very long legs. Anyway, and that's Barbara. She's the first healer that you get in the game. You know, she's very beloved by many people. Ancestors of Jean and Barbara, they were protected from the cold by a wind spirit, possibly Barbados. Not Barbara, Barbados. Like they're usually on the floor, yes. That's true, that's true. Let's see. The poem about Barbara? I don't know that poem. I've never heard of it. At some point, at this point, Andreas also realized that Archer lost his legs reached the floor when we. Oh, that's actually a valid point. That's actually a valid point. If I'm sitting up, only my toes can touch the ground. That's a pretty good point. Damn. I also have to get a footrest. That's why I have a footrest for my small legs. Photo. Very, very silly. Very haha. And yeah, at this point, Andrews also realized that civilization could not flourish in his frigid cold, leading to his death. It's presumed here that he just dies straight up. He just like might melt away. While his body dissipates, his power flows into the land, turning it to a more temperate climate. I thought he voluntarily died. He did voluntarily die, and that's the thing. Okay, you know, okay, realizing leading to his. Okay, that's fair. That's that. I can understand the confusion. At this point, also flourish in the frigid cold, leading him to choose to die. Does that make sense? People voluntarily die when they are voluntarily killed. That's true. I need to put rest me. I have a little brother because my brother's at school for half the day. And I stream when I explicitly stream when they're at school. So turning it he is also still able to manifest a body of snow and ice using his residual power. Making him die himself? Yeah, he do be died. Yeah, Yeah, he is absolutely McHeckin dead. Let's see. The dissatisfied citizens of the Caribbean's rule also rebel, or I guess I cannot also rebel. Led by die himself because he's blue now. True, actually, good point. Led by the nameless bard. Okay, sorry, I'm just making sure that it's not already referenced somewhere. You try to cheer up. So true. Barbados. The head of the I guess it's like, yeah, the head of the any other clan, probably some other clans as well, and Amos a Caribbean's former lover. They eventually managed to... Do they kill him? I think they do, right? They should kill him, right? Let me take a look. Bow, bow, bow. Barrel, 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 barrel. What happens to you, Decarabian? Where do you die? Yeah, he do die. He do die. Kill the Caribbean. In the process, the nameless bard and Amos are slain. And Barbados ascends to godhood. You sound like kind of like a cat at 3 a.m. on a Monday. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's not a bad way to go, I think. That's the history of Mondstadt. That's Mondstadt. The Chris Pratt. Oh my god. He then takes up the form of the nameless bard to honor his Well, use American spelling. His memory. That takes the form of the many ways to honor his memory and using his wind powers to blow away the remaining snow and terraforming the region. What about the corrupt nobles? Which corrupt nobles? Wind power sound really lame. Wait till you find out that he leveled the tallest mountain in the entire heckin' world and turned into a reef. I don't think there were any corrupt nobles at this exact point. The corrupt nobles I was thinking about in general was Decarabian, because I thought Decarabian was just a guy, but actually he's a god, so... I don't know. But yeah, so apparently, what Barbados did... How did he level a mountain and turn into a reef? Because he couldn't control his power, I guess. Right? This place here... Oh wait, let me do that. This place here used to be the biggest mountain in the world, and then it heckin'... This is what happened to it. This is what they did to my boy. Your eyes across really wants had gone corrupt and oppressive. Oh, that's a little bit later on. Don't know if it's correct. I think it's like decently correct. I know something happens in the Lawrence clan and they kind of get exiled because they think they're cool and whatever. But yeah, this is what happened to that mountain. And if you guys want to know where that mountain is now, somewhere in the distance probably. I don't know. Hi Derek. It's nice to meet you. How the heck does a wind do that? I don't know. Like, you know, the Traveler. The Traveler. Hold on. I will need to like do a little bit of a silliness here, but give me a minute. It's heckin' windy. Real. No, hold on. I don't have the character that actually wind blades. I did not mean to do that. I don't have the actual character that wind blades, but I do have this Traveler. And if I do this, and I press resonate with a Nemo, there you go. See, wind blade. You see that, guys? That's a wind blade. Hold on, let me zoom in a little. Hopefully my mouse heckin' wheel wasn't broken. It'd be nice. A Nemo, single Nemo. That's not meant to do. But you see that at the very end? There's like a blast of wind that's like in the shape of a heckin' scythe blade. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know the character that like does like the full wind blade experience, but yeah. Yeah. That's very cool of her. It's nice to meet you, Kiminator. It's nice to meet you. She's so cute. Wow, she's so cute. Okay, anyway. Didn't even cut a bush. Didn't it? You're right. Yeah, well, the Traveler's not very strong. Their powers got taken from her, and she's also using a level 20 sword. So it's not my fault, right? It's alright, it's just a tragic travesty of a life, you know? It is what it is, alright? It is what it is. Is there anyone else that has wind powers? Yeah, none of these guys have wind blades. If I had my friend's account, I'd be able to tell you what a real wind blade really is, but I don't. So, that's tough. Anyway. Back to work. Terraforming the region. Oh yeah. Also, I forgot. After ensuring that the people of Mondstadt could take care of themselves, Barbados. I think it's true and would cut a bush without cutting a tag. True. You know how to spread disinformation about Barbados' power? I think it's written in the book, and the books would never lie to me, right? I would never be lied to by a book, right? One second. Let me see if I can find the book, though, because I don't wanna... Drew, yeah, clue book. None of these, right? Lunar Leviathan. Only the Viceroy of the East. None of these. No clue what that is. 1,000 years of loneliness. Whoa. I didn't expect this. Oh, I remember this now. This book and had some stuff about the moon written in there. We all know that the moon isn't real, so checkmate. Actually, the moon is real. I'll tell you about it later. It's a really nice art. Yeah, it's really cute. Thank you, Venti. Why is he dressed so scandalously, though? Thanks, Venti. I didn't expect to get a heckin' storybook, but appreciate it. Anyway. That's not what I was looking for. Lighting instruction manual? Sure. Letter versus equilibrium, blah 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 blah. Ah, biography of Gunnioder. The thing about the moon though is that actually in the old days there was like silly girls. Three sisters. Oh wait, I'm liking. I'm glad some things never change. It's not the thing that I wish would never change, but I'm glad some things never change, you know? That's very, very cool. But yeah, no, oh, this is the one I'm talking about. But yeah, basically what happened is, in the old days of Mondstadt, not Mondstadt, but in general, in the old days of this world, there used to be 3 moon sisters, who would ride their chariot, I guess, across the sky and stuff. But then, you know, they were all killed. And then, like, 2 of them fell to other places of the world. And then that leaves 1 remaining in the sky. Their corpses are the moons, for the record. For the record, the corpses of the 3 sisters are the moons in the sky. It's not morbid at all, don't worry. This is what I'm talking about. At this point, this is the tallest peak around, right? It's called Pylos Peak. But then afterwards, it kind of got deleted. So that's tough. It's very unfortunate, to be honest. Alright, anyway. Sounds kind of metal. Little bit. It is kind of cool. Anyway. Barbados then left the nation to ensure that he himself could never become a tyrant like his predecessors. Some metal mountains are made of moon rock. That's also true. But I'm sure that there's some metal in there. The deletion of that mountain affected the local and global weather and climate. Well, for the most part, the nation of Mondstadt used to be very frigid and chilly and very cold, right? Guacamole. 1 second. Yeah, for the most part, the land used to be really chilly and stuff, right? But then he blew away all the coldness, except here, because this is like magical, right? This is magical cold. But the cold here, he blew away into the ocean, I guess. And then that's why it's all flat, right? Like this place used to be full of mountains and stuff. But like, let's go over here real quick. I'll take a look. Look, you can literally see so far because there's no heckin' mountains because this heckin' wind god blew all the mountains away. Like that's literally how it is. That's literally the lore of this place. This place is also flat, right? I mean, I guess it's not that flat, but it's like pretty heckin' flat when you consider that there's like other nations out there with a lot of not flatness, right? Like yeah, there's like cliffs and stuff, but it's like not that. Thank you. I also got my girl's weapon. She looks so cool. Like she's really cute. Had a literal climate crisis? Yeah. It's unfortunate but it is what it is, you know? She's so cute. She's so cute. Okay, sorry. I'm normal. So that's what Barbados did. Let's see. Several hundred years later, there's important lady. Water like bushes. Water is better than air. I mean, that is pretty accurate though. Because like, you know, I forget what it's called for air, but like hydraulic presses, and then there's like the other press kind of thing. I thought of presses because that's what's popular on the internet, but it's like hydraulic power to anything is generally better than air pressure based thing. Because air doesn't have a definitive volume, but water does. Yeah. What's it called? Pneumatic. Yeah, that's the word. Thank you, Otek. Thank you for the funny word. Yeah, that's like hydraulic is better than pneumatic, but it's also more expensive, so. To my understanding, anyway. So what happened here is I'm pretty sure the noble clans of Mondstadt. This is what happens with the nobles. I remember now. The noble clans of Mondstadt plotted to take over the government. Driving away, or I guess like, what do you call it? Like exacerbating the wealth gap. Existing wealth Yep, after they believed that after they believed they did not hold enough power in the government. This rebellion was led largely by the Lawrence clan and the other clan that I don't know how to spell, so I'm gonna look this up. Oh no, I'm a liar. That's not how this works. Several hundred years later. Well, we'll do Vanessa later, I guess. Hi, Maple. It's nice to meet you. Because it's not compressible. It really depends on the use case, whether you use a hydraulic or pneumatic system. That's okay. Better as in you can have a higher maximum force. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Several hundred years later, Lawrence clan became the foremost rulers of Mondstadt, becoming corrupt and treating the commoners poorly. The majority of the clans, of the noble clans, followed the Lawrence clan's example, leading to the fore of a, what do you call this? Like a resistance. Of the resistance, Vanessa is the most famous. She Vanessa, the Gunyielder clan, as I've mentioned before, but these are like the descendants of the Gunyielder clan. And most of the normal people of Mondstadt rose up against the tyranny of the ruling class. They were enslaved, used for labor and entertainment, blah 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 blah. Terrorist organization? I did not mean to say terrorist organization, no. Wait, what? I just found out Vanessa was from Natlin. That's crazy. I did not know that. Blah 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 blah. I just want to know what happened. Vanessa was a gladiator, apparently, as a slave. She was an enslaved gladiator for the big guys of the nobility. Then people go to Dragonspine to try to learn stuff. Sure. Violent coup against the rightful rulers of Mondstadt? Well, they were doing slavery, and slavery is bad. That's generally how it is. Wait. Prayers because they pass awakens Barbados from his slumber. He prevents Vanessa. She even managed to enlist the help of Barbados on no, not Barbara, Barbados under the guise of Venti. So see the god of the region also joined in the coup, so it's okay. That's why it's like objectively normal and good, right? Because the god said so. Unless the help of our on the guys of Venti. Let's see. You must have peace with her and try his offering. Is it a group of religious fanatics? Is it a group of religious fanatics that they didn't know that they were being helped by a god? Is that if you don't know that you're being helped by literally God, is that like, you know, that's still a religious fanatic kind of thing? To barter for their freedom, Vanessa is forced to fight a series of trials, ending with the dragon, Ursa the Drake. With Venti's help, she wins. Rebellion as a jihad or crusade? Okay. Okay, well. There's a lot of specific and fancy words that I don't know, so I'm gonna choose to not think about it right now. Yeah? Yeah. There's a lot of very specific words for very specific things, and I don't know a lot of things in my brain. She wins, she defeats the dragon and wins freedom for her people. She then establishes the Knights of Favonius. She can kill dragons and most of endangered species. I might be wrong here, but this dragon might be this dragon might be an okay dragon to kill. What does it say? Blah 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 blah. I need to learn more about this dragon. I don't know anything about this guy. I just know he shows up in the manga. Specific and super fancy words? I love specific and super fancy words like Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude is a loan word though, right? It's a loan word, so is it really specific and fancy? Or is it just a heckin' a consequence of the English's theft of other languages? She formed a military junta to prop up her unlawful rule over Mondstadt. I didn't think she ruled over Mondstadt. I didn't feel like it's German? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I figured. Yeah, it doesn't look like Ursa the Drake actually has a history. He's just a dragon that exists. Fancies in the eye of the beholder. That's pretty valid, actually. That's pretty real. Then establishes the Knights of Favonius. After her death, has formed a big tree at Wittenbloom. She might have ascended to Celestia. That's honestly a pretty heckin', I don't want to say concise, right? Because it's not too concise, but it's a pretty accurate, like, it's a pretty accurate, like, story of how it all happened, you know? In the modern era, because he's still around in the guys of Venti. Ursa the tentacle lady from... No, that's Ursula. Ursula, not Ursa. Is still around on the goes Venti. We got a freedom. Push control. Yeah. Oh wait, there's more. I forgot. There's more. About 500 years prior to the start of the game. Yeah, no, I got you. I can see the confusion. Don't worry. 500 years. I guess during the cataclysm. What did they have to deal with? Rhine Adultier. You guys will learn about this person later. Created Albedo and Durin, the latter of whom had poisonous blood. History is really written by the victor, I guess. Justice for the Lawrence clan. Don't worry, we actually have a descendant of the Lawrence clan who's like trying to make things right. Hold on, let me. I don't have this character, mind you, right? But this girl right here, she is a descendant. She's a descendant from the from the Lawrence clan. The Doti suffix is for females only? No, I wouldn't know. If it's something from German, then I wouldn't know. But daughter and suitor something. Oh, really? I learned something new today. Then I did not know that. I'll update that in my memory bank a little bit later. But yeah, this girl, she's the descendant of the Lawrence clan. Her relatives are still quite corrupt for the most part. In the interactions you have with them, you find out that they are all just like, oh yeah, bring the Lawrence clan back to aristocracy, you know, justice to Lawrence clan and make the Lawrence clan great again, right? But she is just she's hired by the Knights of Favonius. You into a character that's so weird. It is kind of wild of them, huh? Oh yeah, now she works for the Knights of Favonius. And she kind of doesn't agree with the philosophies of her family. And like it's very cool of her. It's like very symbolic, I guess, of the fact that, you know, history do be historying. You know, she's cool looking. She's cool looking. She look kind of cool for sure. Anyway. That's the current descendant of the Lawrence clan. Anyway, we're going back here. Finds that they created Albedo and Durin, the latter from a poisonous blood. Poison of blood and wrought havoc. Very cool of her. You bet. Wrought havoc over Mondstadt. Venti and Dvalin had to work together to slay him over the over Vindagnir, where leading it to now be known as Dragonspine. Can I say unfortunately? I feel like that's a bit too opinionated. Is unfortunately an opinionated? I think it is an opinionated word. Due to Dvalin having ingested some of Durin's blood in their for conflict. Which this whole article is pretty opinionated already. Fair enough, yeah. And how does in their fight, it led. I can't say that because it's bad grammar. In their fight, he had to later recuperate, and well, I guess he got tainted with abyssal power and needed to recuperate, leading to the events of the game where the Abyss Order whispered lies to him in his sleep. Is that a run-on sentence? I don't think so. This led... Lies is kind of subjective though. Okay, well the lie was that the people of Mondstadt had forgotten him, and the people and the god of Mondstadt had forgotten about Dvalin. And that they and that they did. I don't think that's like forgotten, but like that he's being replaced, basically. Saying that like the dragon was being replaced, and that he wasn't cool anymore. Some people probably did forget about him. Yeah, but like the point was to rile up the dragon so that he could be angry at everyone. But you know, he had no reason really to be angry, and then when they talked about it and they resolved the miscommunications, it was like, oh, that's all chill then. No, we're good then. Very cool, you know? Yeah. That's very epic. That's the history of Mondstadt. That's the full and complete history of Mondstadt, for it, sort of. Mondstadt means Moon City. I'm gonna put some like miscellaneous facts here. We're gonna have to sort them out another time, but I haven't really thought about it too hard myself personally. We do know that Mondstadt is likely affiliated with the ancient Sealy race. Since they had three sisters, since due to the naming of the nation being related to the Moon Sisters. That's the only thing that was in my brain, actually. Never mind. That's the only thing I remember to think about. But actually, let's go investigate the big dragon's bones. Actually, for the record, the dragon's like tainted blood is likely due to some kind of like abyssal influence, and you can see his bones right here. Look at this guy. A very skeletal dragon, as we've heard. Moon is singular, so which sister they're affiliated to? Well, the three sisters were each one moon. It's said that two of the moons were cast down into the abyss, maybe. Leaving one moon corpse in the sky, which is probably what we see here if we find it. That's the nail. Where's the moon? Hold on. Not time for you right now. Where's the moon? I'm going crazy. What the heck? I'm actually going to Lulu. I guess there's no moon to be had. It doesn't exist! I know the moon definitely does exist. Well, we'll investigate that later. But more importantly, this is what remains of Durin's heart. I told you. What do you mean? Yeah, this is what remains of Duran's heart. You can actually see the strange teeth growing from the ground. I don't know why teeth grow from the ground in this game. It's a little bit weird. You can collect them, and apparently you can use it to make, like, swords and stuff. I don't really get it, but, you know, that's a phenomenon. That's canon in this game. Really, his heart? Yucks. Good evening. It's nice to see you again, Audrey. Like, killed thousands of walls? Hell yeah! Yeah, strange glowiness in this particular, and then you can extract vitality with dragon teeth. Right? Preston would know more about it, but if you put it in here, look at that. Now you have vitalized dragon tooths. Look at them. Luster and texture are enough to make one easy. Hey Mohammed. Have you ever willed to spend money on a gacha before, Latte? I definitely have. Not frequently, mind you, but I definitely have. So yeah, that's that. This is the heart. It's pretty cool actually. Like if you go over here, like we do a little bit of like this. I guess I could go over here. It'll probably be a better photo here. Can't zoom out that much, but like this is ominous. That's ominous, right? Because the lore is pretty sick. The lore is pretty heckin' sick. But honestly, I don't mind if you like. I think the story is generally pretty good, but it's kind of I do understand if it's like a little bit hard to get through. Did you read all the in-game books? Because they're funny to read and refined. I have not because. Hold on, look at this. Hold on. Look at this, you guys. Every book is like this long at least, and there's like all this, and there's all this. And the other thing is, right? There's like the 4-star books. These ones tell the stories of the past, the ancient past that cannot be recorded, and the memories of the world. So they're rewritten as fairy tales, and it's hard to understand, and they're really long. So, no, I've not read every single book, but there's so many of them. And I feel like if I had the time to read all of them, you know, I would probably be kind of unstoppable. Like, look at all these heckin' books. And these ones aren't even part of a series, or all these ones aren't really books either. But these ones are books, and these ones are like really long. And there's already like all these kinds of books too that are like not part of a series and therefore aren't in like the heckin' archive, and they're just in my inventory. There's so many of them. A few times since King of Fighters gacha game was literally the only gacha I played. Didn't know I guess I'm a fish. Understandable. I'll give Genshin credit. Heck yeah, reading. There's a lot of reading. Look at this. There's an art of negotiation. This looks like I guess you guys can't see the title, but very well. But yeah, that's a lot. There's like 20 the max. Yeah, now there's definitely lots more. I'm just like slowly healing. Anyway, we went through the lore of Mondstadt today, and it's only been an hour, right? So what do you guys wanna? Okay, hold on. Let me take a look at what else we need to do on. Right now, I think we're at this point: region subplot, factions, ancient civilizations. I guess I'll talk about. I guess we'll put the other factions down here, like the Gun Yielder clan. There's a Lawrence clan. There's the another clan. It's gonna be a time. Lawrence clan, Landric clan, I guess. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's also the Locker clan. Fun. Wait. Oh no, that's just me spelling things bad. Okay, never mind. I thought I referenced it somewhere else. I was like, where did I mention that? Locker. Sorry, my bad. I'm a heckin' fake Genshin enjoyer, evidently, because I can't spell this one clan right. I don't even know what heckin' significance they had in the history of the world. Who is this guy anyway? There are no members known besides the namesake. Nice. Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about it then. Yeah, those are the factions. Yippee. We talked a little bit about the ancient civilization of Salvinagnir. Yes, we talked about it a little bit more. This is the thing we were doing in the first stream. We didn't do too much about it, but our entire Genshin wiki last week just to adequately backseat the stream. I got you. Nice. That's a lot of dedication, huh? Let's go. Vindagnir, the Arcan Wars out here for creative flourishing civilizations. They applied with most and mostly Nailand. Power Foundation paint large frescoes. I don't remember what happened about this. Honestly, I'm just gonna like summarize it based on my memory. A traveler, even Loker, I don't remember if he fell in love with the princess or whatever. Came by the civilization and I don't know what he did. I don't want to tell false truths, so I'm just gonna say and befriended the princess. A drug addiction with that? Yeah. Gambling addiction is a very real thing. Yeah. Gambling is definitely very real, and I would argue that gacha is more like gambling than anything else. But they can definitely play gacha healthily. Unlike normal gambling, I don't believe that you can gamble healthily, but you can definitely play gacha healthily. Princess, after a time, he had to go to fight in a battle. Go elsewhere. But in this time, in his absence, however, the people of Dragonspine died. That's pretty good, right? Is there any gambling minigames in Genshin? Honestly, aside from like the actual pulling of the gacha, I don't think there is. I think there's actually no gambling in Genshin. Okay, so sorry. However, oh, by the way, for the record, I'm pretty sure that this is referring to Duran. But I don't know. Well, you send some hoping that your luck comes in and hope. Yeah. I get it. In his absence, however, honestly, what I wrote there before was fine. Everyone died. Dedicating only half a sentence to the death of an entire civilization. I'll go and read more about it right now. Give me a minute. Dagnir. Let's see. Okay, well, okay, so let's see. After the fall of the Celestial Nail onto Dragonspine, she gives him a great sword while he leaves to investigate this matter. This guy frost nailed cause her denies? Yeah. Don't worry. I got you. Priest, blah blah blah, trees are starting to wither, blah 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 blah. This doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I don't understand what's being written here, but basically it looks like the in his absence, the nail shatters into 3, destroying well, first freezing the area and and shattering the white tree integral to their civilization, and also damaging ley lines. I don't really get what ley lines are yet, but we'll figure it out. I guess this this process seems to have killed everyone of Seld and Dagnir, leaving human Locker to come back to the ruins of the dead civilization. Was magical energy through the world, at least in other fantasy worlds. It is similar in Genshin. I like that. That is kind of how it's described. But the other thing is, ley lines can also carry memories. And I think they connect to probably the tree of knowledge, Irminsul. Something like that, right? Maybe they're like the ley lines are like branches of the tree of Irminsul. Which makes sense to me, but I feel like they probably do more, because they're just like, oh yeah, the ley lines are damaged, but what does that mean? Because it's not like it damages the information into the tree or outside of the tree. It's the internet? Maybe, yeah. I don't know, so it's a little bit confusing for me. Because like, if the ley lines are like, if the ley lines are damaged, one thing that we do know that can happen is that it attracts monsters. And the specific monster that it attracts are the monsters created by Rhindoltir. And you know what? I'll talk about Rhindoltir a little bit, because Rhindoltir is going to be kind of important. Like, he'll get some copper or something. I don't think that's how it works. Because like, hold on. If we go into Genshin Impact here, these things are ley lines, right? Ley line outcrops, blossom of wealth, right? Flower blossom of wealth goes to the ley lines that are responsible for desires, right? Sure, whatever that means. Also, blossom of revelation, responsible for desire for battle, right? Recall the perils that they experienced once before. What does that mean, right? Magic copper. Yeah, you're you know what? You're right. Actually, you're right. What am I talking about? Yeah, but I don't think they're like physical ley lines, right? And that's the thing, because like if you go to them, it's kind of like a swirling mass of color. And in the history that we've known about, like they can like leak and stuff, and that tends to like attract monsters, and then like memories will start like appearing in the real world. And I don't really know why we gotta repair them, right? Like I'm gonna be real with you guys right now. I don't think it's ever discussed why we have to repair the ley lines when they're broken. It's Kraken? I don't know. That's a great question. Upperfield maybe, but exactly. Anyway, I don't really understand all of this, but I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna not think about it for a bit. One other thing I think is gonna be important to talk about is stretch. Okay. I got a little bit tired thinking all of a sudden. But anyway, next up we gotta talk about this one. This character here. Rhindoltir. Hi Audrey. I'm glad to see that you're back. Unless you're saying hi to other people. I don't know. I feel like I embarrass myself every single time I talk and say words. I'm not gonna be real. I'm gonna be I feel like I embarrass myself every time I say words. So I'm just gonna not anymore. Out of the Rhine, is she a river nymph? Alright guys, this is gonna be a little bit spicy. Did one message didn't get through? Oh, okay. Okay, I understand now. I don't know where to start. I guess we'll reference the Archons, right? Oh, we have the Archons, right? We have like the... We have about, we have history, and we have trivia. Alright, that's a good place to start. About, history, trivia. That's great. That's a great place to start. So... Long time ago in a land far, far away. I don't think she's from a land that far away. But, how many of the Archons have been interested in the game now? Barbados, Fusselors, Nahida, Radene, and Zhongli. There's 7 total, right? Probably. I realized, do we not write one about Maratta? Or Algeria? Huh. Well, yeah, this is what it is. We have Barbados, we have Fusselors, we have Nahida, we have A, we have Zhongli, and we have... that's it. Only 3 and a handful of imposters, but that hasn't been revealed yet. That's true. We do have a handful of imposters. Well, okay, to be fair, we have 4 and 1 imposter, right? They're just not the originals, necessarily. I guess I'll go with, like, characters. Anyway, so Ryan Gaultier. I don't want to spell her whole name, so we're just gonna say this. Ryan Gaultier is a... Hold on, I'm gonna need a real quick. I'm gonna pull up a YouTube video for us to watch, alright? Let's play Genshin in CN. We'll watch it in CN. If it's subtitles. I hope there's subtitles. Wouldn't it be really sad if there's no subtitles? I don't think there's subtitles, guys. Okay, we'll watch it in Genshin. I have no clue about Genshin lore, but I'm starting to grasp how the story's written. Understandable. Alright, how do I do this? Oh, hey, that worked out. I don't like that they showed it without, like, asking my permission first, but, I mean, fine. Alright, let's watch the video, guys.
Ever heard of the Hexenzirkel? As the spooky name suggests, it's a
Spooky
secret
name.
society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song."
So true, bestie.
From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs.
Spoiler?
At these tea parties, they
It's in the
discussed
title.
their
We spoiled
stories and
everywhere.
secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday, I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly,
Hexing
so
circle,
I
you
took his
hack.
fate in my hands and ended his pain.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, he's
This one
the
is Ryan
only one
Gaultier.
left.
This one.
But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
You remember this event? This is a fun event.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship. Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mage's tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
Yeah, so that's that, guys. I'm most curious about, for the sake of this conversation that we're having right now,
A son.
this is the one we know more about.
Of all the children I had, he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
That's the one we gotta worry about. That was Ryan Doltier speaking. I'll read this one later. But basically, that Ryan Doltier is he's a clone. Yeah, sort of. I'll explain in time. Let's see. She's like a very, very powerful. I guess she's like the most powerful alchemist to have existed. I'll turn the music back on real quick. It is the most powerful alchemist to have ever existed. Or does he have a flame? He's a homunculus? Yeah. He do be a homunculus. I'm the most powerful alchemist to have ever existed. She was a member of the Hexen Circle. I do agree. They should just say Hexing Circle. That would that'd be a little bit easier to say. Remember the Hexen Circle? And the how do you call it? I can't say she's the most powerful of the Hexen Circle because the Hexen Circle is all really powerful. Like they're all kind of scary, and I can't explain that right now because I don't know that much about all of them. Hexen Circle. And presumably broke the heavenly principles to create life. German word, Hexen Circle equals Witch's Circle. Yeah, that did make sense. And it makes sense that they're German too, because they only gather in Mondstadt under the Watch of Venti, right? To create life. She in her journey to create life, she created Durian, Rift Hounds, and finally Albedo. What do you call the primordial albedo? Was imperfect, so she sealed him inside of Durian. Does that make sense? Was she trying so hard? Can't most women create life? Okay, so that's the thing we gotta talk about here. So most women can create life, yes, but the thing is, and the kind of running theme for the game is people of all sorts, right? Gods, people, dragons, they all want to circumvent the heavenly principles. And that's the thing that people have been speculating about recently, at least. Maybe it's not so recent, but it's something I've heard recently. And the reason Ryan Doltier wanted to create life was because she wanted to create life that wasn't bound by the heavenly principles. That's what people are saying. Now the thing is, Ryan Doltier is also like super sauce. She's playing God. She is playing God. You know, like, once you play God, right? Genshin Impact's about anarchy. Honestly, I can kind of see like the relationship between this and like the downfall of Decarabian in Mondstadt's history that we talked about not too long ago, right? Sounds pretty base. Down the establishment. Hell yeah. You know, it's like going through the lore like this, you kind of think about like, huh, you know, the overarching plot is a little bit, it's different than how you experience it in the game, I guess. Like, it's not, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels different all of a sudden. Because like it would make sense for the history of the first region in the world to reflect the circumstances of the modern age, right? So they were terrorists. It's been years and I still don't know about the Traveler twins. The Traveler twins, to my understanding, so one twin, so what happens with the twins? Should I write this down? I feel like I should. They've been in the Genshin world for a long time, no? You're right about that actually. We'll talk about we'll actually look at this. Traveler's twin. Hold on, before we do this, I wanna take a look at our spider web. Let's go! Spider web! That looks so cool. I love the way this looks. I love how big Mondstadt is because there's so many of these like silly little webs coming out of from it because we talked a lot about it. Anyway, that looks nice, right? It's so cool. It's so exciting. I love this thing. This brings me a lot of joy in my soul and my life. This is where I derive my own happiness from. Anyway, maybe I should talk about the Traveler's twin first. Maybe I should talk about the Traveler first. I feel like that probably makes more sense. So the Traveler is a newcomer. Well, okay, I can't really say that. I guess I'll start with the very beginning, right? I'll say like the first thing that the Traveler remembers about Teyvat is trying to escape the world with their twin. Magneto is the only you can create the true Genshin Wiggle Web. Exactly. Genshin Wiggle Web is supreme and will be the only thing that I will think about in my dreams. Yeah. So remembers about after they both get sealed. Well, I guess it's like they get defeated by the unknown god, and they get defeated by the unknown god and separated, leading Traveler to embark on a journey across the world to find their twin. Right? You're sealed? Yes, sort of. Like, if you go into the opening cutscene, you will find out that the twin gets, like, encased in, like, cubes, and then so do you after that. Right? Okay. The Traveler and Paimon, who subsequently gets fished out of the ocean. Okay, so we find out that before the Traveler awoke, they were asleep for 500 years. I hate it when my twin gets encased in cubes, honestly. The true twin were the friends we made along the way. I don't know about that one. I don't think that your friends along the way will have the same genetic makeup as you, but you know, it's good to think about. Is the reason you like the story you experienced in the game sorry, I need to read that again. My brain kind of blew up. I said my question was, is it the reason why you like feel like the story you experience in the game is different from the world's history? Yes, because we don't learn about the history for the most part. Like, the history of the game is not something that we learn about really while you're playing the game, right? The story that you experience is actually just the story of the present that stems from the past, I guess, right? It's like all actions are determined by our past. You know what I mean? The Paimon is one of the 72 demons of Glacia. That's definitely not important. That's the other thing that's really interesting, is that the all the archons, and not even just the archons, but like all the major gods, I think, that we've experienced all have names that are the same as the 72 demons of Glacia. That's the thing that's interesting. It's not Paimon specifically, but like Paimon, Morax, Barbados, Baal, Beelzebul, Focalors, Buer, right? These are all names from the Ars Goetia, right? So that's the thing that's interesting, right? Because we kind of can figure out that what's the difference between a god and a demon. That's the other thing that's really interesting, right? The thing is, the archons, if you listen to the translation in Chinese, so we call them archons in EN, but in Chinese the word that they use for it is Mo-shen, which is like demon god, right? Or I guess that, yeah, I guess that's what it means, right? And then so it's weird that they use that term instead of just using like a normal word for god, right? So it makes sense that they have names that are demon names, and it looks like, and they are definitely bound by the rules of Celestia because their power was given to them by Celestia, right? But what is interesting is that Paimon has a name that also is a demon name, right? Does that mean that she's like related to that whole thing? Who knows, right? Organized crime versus disorganized crime, honestly, and sometimes gods are nice. The gods are kind of cool, yeah. Archons and gods are different. And gods are different. I haven't looked into the history of the word Archon, right? Actually, I hadn't heard of the word Archon before Genshin Impact, so I don't know, guys. So many layers, yeah, for real. It's actually bonkers. Yeah, so one of the reasons that the gods can't tell us anything is because they're like contractually bound, I guess, to the higher powers. Gods are just the Archon's underlings? Not necessarily. For example, in Mondstadt's history, right, the old gods Decarabia and Andreas were their own separate gods. Supposedly, Andreas had his power given to him by another higher being, I don't know, whatever that is. But yeah. The names because they're evil. What's evil determined by culture and worldview, so who's making the decision here? That's true. That is a good point. Oh, that's another thing I was interested in. So contractually bound like demons, perchance. But yeah, no. So there's another thing that's mentioned, like as a passing line, and I just remembered. So this is not related to the Traveler right now, but I'm just like discussing stuff that's like fragmented in my brain. All right. Lawfully good beings. Maybe not necessarily good, but like definitely lawfully aligned. But so in one of the stories of Genshin Impact, we find out from Dainsleif, who is, if you guys don't remember Dainsleif is the former royal guard of Canria, and he was cursed with immortality. Just like most of the people who lived in Canria, right? Most of them turned into hilly turtles, but I think some of the important figures had different curses laid upon them. And Dainsleif's curse is immortality, and he's like slowly withering away, even though he's in the shell of a human body. So it's like actually like really agony, right? And so like, and he describes it as like enduring agony every second of every day. And when we're in the chasm, which I'll teleport to right now because I feel like this is kind of important to our current conversation. While we're in the chasm, we're exploring the chasm with Dainsleif, we find out that there's a specific fountain that seems to alleviate symptoms of the curse that was laid upon the people of Kenria. And he was saying that like, and then we get into a discussion about like, oh, you know, how do we lift this curse about immortality, right? How do we lift this curse of immortality on you? And he says that because it was bestowed by Celestia, because this curse is bestowed by Celestia, only a power equal or higher to, higher than Celestia, equal to or higher than, yeah, that's the word, can possibly remove it, right? And I was thinking about that just now because when you think about the fact that like Decarabian's power, not Decarabian, Andrias' power was given to him by a higher power, it makes you think like, oh yeah, what kind of higher power is there out there? I know that doesn't make a lot of sense if you're just listening, alright? Celestia sounds kind of evil, like a demon. Celestia is generally considered to be kind of evil. I think it's kind of been like undeniable from the beginning that Celestia has been kind of dangerous, right? Because we don't know anything about them except for that they are the governing party of Tibet. All right, where am I supposed to go? How do I get there? Can I go this way? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is a fountain that I discussed earlier that alleviated the symptoms of Dainsleif's pain. The traveler asks if this fountain is able to cure Dainsleif, but this fountain does not have enough power to do so. I don't know about the civilization the curse guy is from, but I'm following, so please go on. Civilization is just like the ancient civilization that was destroyed by Celestia for being presumably being too technologically advanced. And the one thing that's like very important about Kenria is that they were not governed by a god or an archon like all the other nations are. This fountain and the architecture here is from a civilization older than Kenria. This is probably like thousands of years ago, while Kenria was at the peak of their power 500 years ago. But yeah, this fountain seems to have some kind of power that can maybe sort of neutralize. Hold on, guys. I just had a thought, but I can't explain it very well because it's kind of like obscure. Okay, so Power Celestia then would work as a cure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But okay, so you guys might notice how like the water here is like flowing upside down, right? It seems like a very hard thing to miss, right? And it's also like, you know, maybe that's just like a cool thing, right? Like the statues are upside down too, right? This whole tower is upside down, right? Put this fountain in context so I can't. What is that fountain? We don't really know what this fountain is. We just know that this area was constructed by civilization older than Kenria, right? Several hundred years or several thousand years ago, probably. We're just walking in the ceiling. Yeah, we are walking in the ceiling, right? But then that leads to the question, right? Why is this building upside down? Right? So if you think about like, why is this building upside down? There could be a couple of answers, right? Like maybe it used to be right side up and then like some kind of like natural disaster caused it to be upside down, right? But upside down tower thing in tarot? It is a thing in tarot. Actually, I didn't think about it in that way. And I need to look into it more. But that's a pretty good point. Upside down tower, tower generally is like a bad omen. I do know that. It like usually symbolizes like destruction or like a misfortune or whatever. I've just been contrarian. Yeah, no, we're so I didn't think about the upside down tower actually. That's an interesting thing that I'll have to think into later. But so there's this running theory. It's a decently popular theory in Genshin Impact. And it stems from one of the first events that we had in Genshin. And basically we find out from that very first event from 1.1 in like October 2020 actually. 3 years ago. We find out in October 2020 that actually the sky that we see in Celestia is fake. Let me see if I can find a nice place to look at the sky from. A sudden operation, sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation, awakening. Personal sensory fear of change, averting disaster. Oh, that's interesting. So the moon is also fake? Yeah. So, there's a couple of things that kind of point to this theory. The moon's also fake. Well, okay, the moon's not fake. The moon is one of the corpses of the Moon Sisters. Why didn't anyone believe me? Okay, so, we're not writing anything down here because this is like really theory territory, right? And I didn't want to talk about this quite yet, but I feel like this is something I wanted to like get out of my system at the very least so I could like think about it more. But, we'll go up to the highest point here. Aw, man. What do you mean I have to put more work in than just flying up to the top? Ugh. God damn it. Okay. We're gonna sit here real quick. We're gonna turn the time a little bit. Does that mean the moon is fake? Yeah, because the moon is definitely one of the Moon Sisters, right? We do know that much. Okay. Bring out our photographer lady. That looks so cool, by the way. Look at that. Wow, isn't that so cool? Anyway. When is the Genshin impacting? That's a great question. So this moon that we see here is likely one of the corpses of the Moon Sisters. But we do know that the sky is fake, right? Based on the information that Scaramouche gets from that event, we know that the sky that we see here is fake, right? And we can take that as the absolute truth. This view is awesome. This view is really cool, especially since you can now see Fontaine right here. That's Fontaine over there. I can't zoom in well, but... Alright, you can see Fontaine now too. Isn't that so cool? You see like the waterfalls that like surround the entire nation. The moon being a corpse is just a bit too convenient, don't you think? Well, there's other evidence, don't worry. We don't know where the third Moon Sister is, I believe, but we do know where two of them are. Fontaine looks really good from here, by the way. Anyway. Genshin Pet of the World pile, probably. Did they add this on the update, or is it always there? This was with Fontaine when Fontaine was released. I think, anyway. So that's one. So that's like, so you know how the sky is now, right? But one thing that you can also notice is if you are in our village, not in our village necessarily, but like if you are in the desert, the Sumeru Desert, you'll find that the sky looks a little bit different. And people have been speculating as to why. And it can't be, for the record, the answer is not light pollution, right? The sky in the desert is not different because of light pollution. Because I know some of you guys might be thinking it's light pollution. It's not light pollution, I promise, because there's no electronic lights in the second world, and so there can't be light pollution because they don't produce enough light to produce light pollution. Oh, if you mean the area up there, yeah, that's always been North Liyue, but like the Fontaine view has been new. Okay, wait, sorry. Am I delusional? This guy here's the same. Where am I thinking of? Maybe the Abyss of the real world then is upside down from a fake world. That's kind of the thing that people are saying. People are saying that Teyvat is upside down. And that's the theory. The world of Teyvat is upside down because we know that there's 3 different realms. Where did I see this image from? Where do I remember this from? I think Inazuma instead. It might be. Says related, we believe you. Yeah, for real, my bad. I can be light pollution and there's literal magic crystals floating out. Okay, fine. But like the point is, there's not like it's not light pollution. Let's just turn to that upside down as a joke. I don't think it's as a joke. I might be thinking about Inazuma, or I'm delusional. But I swear to God, this is something I heard about. I swear to Jesus Christ himself. But yeah, sky isn't real. Sky is different in some places. As the dare. Real. What am I thinking? What's in my mind? Okay, so one of the other things that we can kind of extrapolate from the text is that wait, is this guy different? Wait, I'm actually going crazy. I'm actually losing it. I'm actually losing it. Life Ocean's fake, the moon is real. But which sky is the real sky? None of these guys are real sky. And that's kind of the... Oh, this guy is different. I'm not going crazy. You guys see that? That Milky Way and those like the clouds aren't here, but this Milky Way is. Right? I'm not going crazy. You see that? That's not anywhere else in the world. It does look different. Yeah. So that's one thing that people were noticing. Time moves when you travel. It's not time moving when we travel. Like if we go anywhere else again, we go back to heckin' right here, right? We could run tests about this. We could run tests. This is not something that's like I don't know what it's called. It's not something that can't be tested, right? Atmospheric condition, the sky looks so well. It's perfectly reasonable other than the sky is fake. No, because the sky looks the same everywhere else in the world, right? The sky looks like this right here. Oh, there's that, I guess. But it's still blue, right? The sky in the desert is purple, right? If we go to Fontaine too, I'm pretty sure it's the same. Unless I'm going crazy. If Fontaine's sky is heckin' green, I'm just gonna stop talking. If the sky is green here, I'm just gonna stop talking. But there's still other evidence, okay, guys? I promise. There's still evidence. I'm coughing to emphasize my point, but one thing that we can extrapolate as well is that from the game's texts, we find out that there can be people that come to this world from outside, and by outside I mean not from people like people that come from space is what you would normally assume, right? But the thing is, we call them descenders. Oh. Sky is blue here. See? I'm not going crazy. Sky's blue. But the sky in the desert is purple. Alright? We're gonna go back to double check one more time just to prove a point. All salt poison can be nauseous. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I don't remember what I'm trying to say. I forgot. Right, descenders. The people that come from outside are called descenders, right? And you would think like, oh, that's pretty logical. You know, they're descending from outer space onto the planet, right? That's purple. That's distinctly purple, you guys. You can't tell me that's not more purple than other areas. The scenery's gorgeous. Ever you showed me, he really wants to reinstall Genshin. I personally think Genshin's story gets really, really heckin' good. I don't want to talk about. I don't like saying that all the time, but like. I really think Genshin's story is like really heckin' good. There's less air moisture. Sure, okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that. Because of the sand. Alright, buddy. I would argue, to be fair, I'd also argue that like the high up area also probably has not a lot of air moisture. I would argue it probably is pretty similar, high above the ground. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that right now. We're talking about descenders. Descenders, people that come from outside of the planet, right? And we know that the Fatui have investigated the descenders, alright? We know that there have been 4 descenders. Use red reflecting the sky. The sky is reflect the heckin' earth. The earth reflects the sky. Are you seeing the sky speak again? Because it's slightly different color? We know okay, we know for sure that this guy is fake because Scaramouche finds true information that this guy is definitely fake. Okay? The theory is not that the sky is fake. Okay? The theory, the sky being fake is a fact that we are going to be holding. Okay? Fire meteor period might be worth mentioning. This was created by a god of an ancient civilization of the desert. They were really technologically advanced, and then they fell because of forbidden knowledge. It's in the last stream where we talk about Sumeru. You guys can check it out. Scaramouche would never lie to us, never. It's not that he lied to us, all right? Like, this is at the end of the very first event we had in Genshin Impact. Like, this is fact. We're taking credit carefully at his word. No, okay. Don't take it from my word, okay? Just take it from the fact that the Fatui have good information. Because they ran out of gas, yeah, of course. That's how it is. So yeah, there's been 4 descenders to Teyvat, right? The first descender is called the primordial one. The second descender is the second who came. This guy's fake confirmed. Yeah, the second descender is called the second who came. The primordial one and the second who came had a really big war. We don't really know who won, but then they established the Celestia and also the heavenly principles. And by the way, can I see Celestia from here? There's a couple of places in the world. There's very few places in the world where you can't see Celestia, and it's presumed that, like, there's a theory about it that because you can't see Celestia, it's because they don't really have domain over the area. Well, you can. It's right there. I don't have a bow character right now, but a Celestia right there. You guys see that? That floating blob in the sky? Yep, that's it. Pyramid has an upside down part too. Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's a good point. So yeah, that's Celestia over there. You can't go there yet? Nope, not at all. It's too high in the sky. But what was I saying? Yeah, so there's 4 descenders. There's a 3rd descender who we don't really know the name of or anything about them, but we do know in the new update we find out that the 3rd descender was presumably killed, and their power was stripped into 7 parts, which makes up the Gnosis, which is the magical focus of each of the Archons. And that's pretty wild. That's pretty crazy. Who knows why that happened to the 3rd descender? And the 4th descender is the Traveler, right? But interestingly, the Traveler's twin is not the Traveler's twin is not listed as descender. Right, one of the reasons for this might be because this dialogue in the game later on that talks about how descenders are ones who have the power to shape the future of the world, who have the power to, like, change the world, right? And the reason that our twin might not be listed as a descender is that because they are not capable of changing the world at this point. Some custom guys in some parts that fit into the other guys. Not that necessarily they cut into parts, but we do know that the power was fragmented from the, like, presumably the 3rd descender died and the power is fragmented into the Gnosis. Demon's going to be powerful in the real realm, so you could probably manage to hide it, but their power is waning and now they're preparing to return the habits to the real world. That's likely story. Okay, well, so one thing we know from the war between the primordial one and the second who came is that they had to prepare the world for humans. Sorry. This is when the primordial one came, I believe. When the primordial one came, they prepared the world so that it could be okay for humans. And then humans arrived from outside of this area, outside of Teyvat, right? They came to Teyvat from somewhere else. Right? I was got like in the beginning, I had to pick mushrooms to survive. Yeah, honestly. Another thing is, a spiral abyss. Canonically, this place does have some kind of meaning, right? You're taken to a portal, and then, like, you descend the tower of the spiral abyss, right? They say like deepest descent, right? Oh, hey, that's pretty exciting. We're just gonna go into it right now. I'm not gonna really deal with it. I might as well have a team comp prepared, but sure, we'll do this team comp that I had last time. And then for the first half, I don't know. We'll do something basic, I guess. Trinity gods of the third part of sacrifice and being fed to the humans is against a Christian game. No. There's definitely references to Christianity. There's the second moon, by the way. This is moon number 2. Is tower a physical thing you can see in Tibet? No, it's not. And that's the thing. You're descending the spiral abyss, right? You are descending the tower down into the abyss. But that implies that the tower is upside down. Just like the tower that's in the chasm that we see with the fountain with the water running upside down, right? So that's the thing that's really interesting. So yeah, this is the second moon. You see it right here. And once you get to the bottom of the abyss, it tells you, oh, you reach the deepest depths of the spiral abyss, right? That's a fake moon if I've never seen one. Alright, buddy, alright. So yeah, so that's moon number 2. And we don't know where the third moon is, but we do also know that there's 3 realms in this planet. There's the light realm, which is where the bishops dwell. There's the human realm, which is presumably Tibet. And then there's the abyssal realm, which is where the abyss is. Right, those are the 3 realms to our knowledge. And so it makes sense that each moon is in one of the realms. Let's kill her abyss while you're at it. Do you want me to? I mean, I guess I could. Okay, first moon or second moon kind of person, Latte? I'm a mysterious third moon kind of person. Can you go into the light realm then? No. These realms have only been talked about in like stories and stuff. We don't really know that we don't really know how to get there, if they exist, and if there's even an accessible way there. Right? It's pretty mysterious, all things considered. There you go. Let's turn the audio on for this, right? It's combat. Where is my music? Let's pause that real quick.
无处遁逃，亮相！这距离正好，你很疼，不必心急，丝线交织。
I forgot he's ult.
泡影看破。
Do I even need to at this point? I don't think I need to. Actually, we'll probably just end it on this. We'll probably end this on this. But yeah, I did just kind of drop a big theory on you guys. Yeah, no need. We'll just we'll just slowly deal with it, I guess. We'll just finish this up quickly. This will have we'll end the stream. Your voice is entertaining enough. Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, so that's the theory about Tibet being upside down. It's not just the sky, but like everything that's like native to Tibet is upside down. That's what the theory is saying. Sometimes to just all this info because it's crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a lot of information for sure, because it goes against a lot of what you would commonly believe, I guess, and that's why it's so bonkers, I guess. That's why it's such interesting storytelling, I think. Really far away. There we go, yay! We finished Abyss 9, yay! Back in my day, Genshin was just a femboy bored in his dragon pet. That's pretty valid, Tibet is literally Australia? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. The image of balance in the sky is real, so you can drop the 3 moons, the planet causing Genshin impact. Yeah, it's close enough, honestly. Well, okay. So, to my understanding, we don't really have like a direct or a like very clear understanding of what Celestia is or how they're related to the Descenders, right? We do know that the Descenders, the primordial one or the second who came, one of them is the current ruling party of Celestia or Teyvat right now, right? Celestia is kind of their like means to gain power, I guess. But either one of the two entities is the current ruling body of Teyvat. I clicked this guy one time and he died. So yeah, we don't really know what the motivations are. I would assume that it's probably something to do with like, oh yeah, I want power and I want to like, you know, have a civilization in the palm of my hand. Alright. But I don't know, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. We don't really know for sure. And like a lot of it's just speculation still. Is there cultural significance to music in Genshin? I'm so glad you asked. I'm gonna exit Spiral Abyss so we can talk about music for a little bit. So the various regions of Teyvat are generally based off of real-world locations, right? For example, Mondstadt is like loosely based off of Germany and also some other European countries. We can't name them off the top of my head. Fontaine is loosely based off of France and England. Sumeru is like based partially in the Middle East, partially North Africa, I believe. I might be delusional about that one. It's really quite a bit of a mishmash, and there's definitely a lot of controversy around it, right? But most of the regions are also a big mess of different areas. The only exceptions being Liyue, which is just based off of China, and Inazuma, which is just based off of Japan, right? But there's also sub-regions like Enkanomiya, which is based off of like ancient... It's like if ancient Greece and Japan had a baby, because it uses Japanese names, but it has a lot of like... I think there's a lot of like Greek references historically and architecturally. I was listening to someone say music, yeah. Funny's definitely France. It's supposed to be France, yeah, but it definitely has like English references as well. Music has been an important political tool in Chinese history. I'm sure it has been, yeah. I do think, well, I think the music is definitely very like quite symbolic, and I think it does. I think the music at least does a really good job of staying true to the regions that they're trying to pay homage to. Germany and Scandinavian countries, yeah, that makes sense. I'll call it Atlantic. One of my favorite tracks actually is from Port Ormuz here. Oh, Atlantis, yeah. Yeah, Enkanomiya is based off Atlantis. It is, but Atlantis is like is Greek, right? I'm pretty sure. But I think it's very distinct that the music kind of reflects the real world cultures that it's from. And it uses like traditional patterns in music that are very distinct to those regions IRL. Plato, I think? Okay. Plato. What a cool track, guys. This is a cool track. Hey, a box. I love boxes. Oh, that's a real thing got exaggerated by Lady at Writings? Oh, interesting. I know that. Such a cool song. Middle East or at least around there? Oh, okay. Greek Ibo is a separate country. That makes sense. Having a country that sinks into the ocean is kind of wild. Oh yeah, this track is pretty banger. I am not gonna lie. Vessel by Tsunami? Oh! I'll take it with a grain of salt, but that's really interesting if that's the case. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, if you guys are interested in music at all, I would recommend checking out the Genshin Impact OST on Spotify or YouTube or anywhere you can find it, really. They have a really diverse selection of music. And my favorite part is that they definitely hire a lot of artists or musicians who specialize in playing traditional instruments to perform for them. Usually they hire the London Philharmonic Orchestra to perform most of these string tracks. But they also have a lot of like regional soloists, like really popular regional soloists, to perform in those tracks as well. Like the OST back when I was playing the game. Oh yeah, they definitely have a lot of like classical Chinese instruments for the performance of those songs. And you can like really like I like that you can like distinctly hear the differences in the regions based on just the music. Are there bands in game? Music isn't really talked about inside of the game so too much. It's definitely like prominent, right? There's definitely like music definitely does exist, but there's no like bands or famous like groups as we'd consider it that are canon in the game. Are there any musicians besides Barbados? There are definitely musicians besides Barbados. Like art is definitely kind of prevalent in this game. For example, this character that I have at level 20, Xinyan, she's a rock musician. She's one of the pioneers of rock. And like, you know, this is like it's like when rock first kind of became a thing. People didn't like rock because it's kind of scary and loud, but it's just a form of self-expression, you know? And then she's trying to like pioneer rock music, and then she's a lot of supportive friends who are really sweet about it to her, so. Rabbit's cute? Yeah, she's very cute. She's definitely very, very cute. I do like that you can hear the yeah, you could basically travel the world by listening to the music alone, and that in and of itself is really, really epic to me. Like, isn't it really cool? Don't you guys ever think about how orchestras are really cool? Because you just like you have like maybe like 78 like people all working together to create like really, really lovely music, right? Like, that's so cool. Steel Jack Black, I can definitely see the resemblance. Whoa, that's crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of I don't know. I think it's really cool that they have such prominent cultural influences, right? And the crazy culture shock when you go to Lydia for the first time. Oh yeah, like even like not just the like obviously the music is one thing, right? But like also visually, like this is really distinct from Mondstadt, right? Like you see this, and then you guys saw Mondstadt earlier, so I'm not gonna go back to Mondstadt, right? And then you go to like Inazuma for example, and then it's really like you're like wow, you know, like we are actually literally traveling the world, and then like you have all these like really distinct parts visually, musically, and then like environmentally, and like even the cultures kind of feel different if you talk to the characters, and it's really interesting. Like I don't know if you guys like experienced this, right? But I think this is kind of epic. It's an incredibly well built world. How much did Genshin cost to make? I did see an article. Team must be huge. The team is pretty sizable, but it's not like I actually think it might not be as big as you might expect. I'm pretty sure the team is quite big, but I'm pretty sure it's not like as big as you think. So cool about mention, yeah. But I do know there's an article about like how Genshin made $100 million in like their first 2 weeks of launch, which recuperated all of their costs in making the game to begin with. Right, so that means at the very, very beginning, the game cost at maximum $100 million, which is pretty crazy considering that they had two fully developed, basically fully developed regions, right? And it's really, really awesome to see like how like different the sites are, even within the same region, right? Even within the same region, the areas are really distinct, right? Like there's like this area, right? This port city kind of vibe, right? But if you travel like to even like I don't know this island here, it's like a complete 180, all right? But it's still distinctly the same region, And I think that's really interesting. Like their concept designers are really, really heckin' cracked at their job. Like look at this. Like wow. Isn't that so cool? Like that is spicy. That is really, really cool, isn't it? Anyway, I usually could talk a lot about how I feel about like the design and the visuals and the aesthetics of Genshin Impact, right? And the music, right? Because that's the thing I'm really into, right? I do a lot of artwork and I do a lot of music. But, I don't know, I feel like it would take a really long time. More time than going through the history of the Genshin, because with the history at the very least, I can try to consolidate all that I think about. But if you're going through stuff like history and culture and music, like based off of like the real world, you have to go into like a certain nuance that you don't really necessarily have to when it comes to history. The summer lurkathon commence. It's nice to meet you, Ganwei. Have you enjoyed? Starting to think that Galante might like Genshin a tiny bit. Only maybe a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, no, I think it's well done. Like, I think there's definitely people who don't like the game for a lot of reasons, and I think for the most part, right, a lot of people have like pretty valid complaints, right? Like maybe like the stories, like they can't get introduced in the story, right? Maybe they don't like the way that like events are structured. Maybe they don't like the way that the Gosh is structured, right? But I think the game is generally worth playing if just to experience like these kinds of views for the first time, right? I could tsundere latte yet again. I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, I think I don't know, I think personally, right, I really like the story of Genshin Impact. I can kind of get it if you don't really like certain aspects of it, but I think just for the experience of like the audio visual experience, right? It's like going on a trip. Like it's literally like going on a heckin' global trip, except the visuals are a little bit more stunning than your average trip would be, and also it's free, right? Like what's stopping you, right? I would say pretty reasonable of scenery and worldbuilding is 10 out of 10. No, that's valid. I think I do think a lot of people will drop the game for pretty legitimate reasons, right? And like one of the reasons is definitely that this game is kind of a big time sink. I understand that, and some of the quests can be a little bit like hard to get into, right? But that's also why we're discussing this stuff on the stream, because I want to explain the things about this game that I like so much, right? Like how I want to beat this guy up. Hi, Ronith, the Banished Knight. Dang, that's brutal. I wonder if Furina alone can handle this. I'm just playing Pokemon. At this point, it's just me playing Pokemon. Wait, they're not doing damage, I just realized. There they go. That was weird. I'll reinstall it. You don't have to. If there's a reason you didn't want to play the game in the first place, that's fine. I just think you know, exploring is an experience everyone should enjoy. Like, look at that giant mushroom. I love mushrooms. Cast scares me. Yeah. That's all I need. Experiencing firsthand is definitely different than experiencing through my streams, right? Because there's a lot of story that goes on that I don't talk about. And like, I think experiencing the story is half of the fun, to be honest. But that's my way of saying I don't really get why people drop this game. But I'm sure there's valid reasons that I just simply don't understand, because I'm like kind of obsessed. Right? That's what I'm saying. Right? I really don't understand. I've read the complaints before, and like some of them is like, sure, right? But I don't really understand why you would drop the game as a result. Because, you know, I have a really deep passion for the game. As being a Chinaphobe. I really like this thing too. This funny little mushroom that it's like funny colors. Yeah, I love Shroom. You also talk to him. Thank you, Mushroom. Mushroom talks. Yeah, he's pretty cool, huh? This is my homie, Zamaran. Yeah. Wait, it's a word? Wait, the name comes from something then. Wait, hold on, he looks up. Zamaran? What does it mean? Now I need to know. I don't think my current rig could handle it. No, that's totally valid. I think that's definitely valid. Whatever. I can't find out. I don't want to look any further. I'm done. Like, Genshin can't be that hard to run by Pablo or something. It's not. Okay, to be honest, Genshin isn't quite as intensive as you might think, but it definitely does take a lot of storage space. If you want to like just install it, it's probably I think right now Genshin might be taking like 100 gigabytes on my PC. All right, I will double check right now just to say. Let's see. Is it in program files? I don't think it's program files. It is in program files. How big are you, Genshin Impact? Be the change you want to see the world and what are we talking about again? You're telling me to get rid of my unreasonable hatred and banish the Genshin cast into the ocean. Great question. Yeah, right now Genshin Impact is at least 119 gigabytes and it's still counting. 119 gigabytes is only the tentative number right now. So you guys, you gotta have a lot of gigabytes on your PC. Oh, what's that? It hit 120. Misogyny part is just a joke. Yeah. No, I figured. It's fair as heavy size wise. Yeah, no. It definitely makes sense that it's a very heavy game. It's at 134 for the record. But I think it actually doesn't fit. I think it fits on mobile in a significantly smaller package. I will double check. Oh, by the way, it hit 250 gigabytes. It hit 250 gigs on my PC. Oh, it's at 317 now. Oh dear. I'm gonna check my phone real quick because I do have Genshin updated on my phone. Hey, latest certain woman curse you, Amanda. Dang, what happened with Amanda? Apps. Let's see. For the record, Genshin on my phone is not 300 gigabytes. I'm not really sure why Genshin on my PC is 350 gigabytes. But, you know. She knows what she did. Fair enough. Oh, on mobile, actually. On my phone, Genshin's only less than 30 gigabytes. So, you know what that means, guys? If you got 30 gigabytes to spare, it's time to buy Genshin Impact, time to install Genshin Impact on your phone. Or textures, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I'm not sure what constitutes the heckin' 330 gigabyte difference. Genshin Fetch counting, by the way, we're at 358 gigabytes of Genshin Impact on my PC. So that's really exciting. That's a lot of gigabytes. Wowzers, you know? Genshin sponsorship, seriously? Hell yeah, you know, Genshin Impact! You guys should sponsor me because I'm kind of cool and I like noodles. I like macaroni. Genshin isn't worth it? Genshin's 30 gigabytes on the phone. It's not that bad. It's 1/10 of the storage space. So anyway, yeah. That's all I had to say. I just think Genshin's kind of cool, you know? this latter half of the stream stopped becoming a lore stream and it became more of a me talking about the things that are really cool about Genshin. But honestly, if I ever wanted to talk about what's really cool about Genshin, I would just make a video about it. Like, let's be real. If I had to like do research and stuff and study for it, I wouldn't make a stream for it. I would just make a video about it. And so that's my way of saying maybe I'll make a Genshin video in the future about the things I think are cool about Genshin, right? Genshin megabyte download size on Play Store. The megabytes download size is just how much you need to get the game started, and then they're gonna ask you to download other stuff as soon as you open the game. So it's gonna be 30 gigabytes. Don't worry. Trust me on this one.
What?
But yeah, guys. Sorry that the stream went a little longer than I anticipated, but
What?
like the exe, yeah, it's literally they're installing the exe on your phone, and then you have to download the rest of the files via the game on the internet. Anyway, sorry for going on a little bit of a rant. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream regardless. Lotte, are you interested in a sponsorship? Minesweeper developer? Oh boy. Oh boy. Email me. I love Minesweeper. As in, I play it once every 3 months when I'm really, really bored and have nothing else to do. You know? I'll take a Minesweeper heckin' sponsorship. Stream going longer, just mention Genshin to Latte. Yeah, unfortunately, that seems to be the case, huh? Sorry for bombarding you with questions. No worries, no worries. I love answering questions about Genshin. It's my favorite game. We did Minesweeper lore dive stream. Yo, actually, let's talk about it. Oh, but actually, I think if we talk about Minesweeper, we might have to go about like into like historical history, like real world historical history, and I think that may be a little bit dangerous because it's gonna had to do with like wars and stuff, and I feel like that tends to be a little bit of a sensitive topic for a lot of people. So maybe we want to Minesweeper lore stream. But like, you know, I'm down to do more Genshin lore stream, as in we'll do another Genshin lore stream next week, as in I hope to see you guys next week for Genshin lore stream. And also the other content that I'll be releasing later this week, and also next week, and also the week next week, and etc, 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 right? So, hope you guys are excited, because I am, sort of. I'm as excited as I'll ever be, so, yeah. Vulcan Simulator? Who knows? I can't answer that question. You have to find the truth within yourself. As is what they say in the cool anime and stuff. Lottie doesn't want to talk about the Roman Empire. I haven't studied enough about the Roman Empire, so I can't talk about it tragically. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. It's a little bit long-winded, but I hope you guys had fun. And I'm gonna end it here because I actually had to go get some stuff done now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a good day, have a good week. Good rest of your weaklings. Yeah, be gone, weaklings. I'll see you guys. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. One more thing. I realized I was trolling. I looked at my program files, not Genshin Impact, because I'm stupid. My program files. I have 300 gig on my program files. That's why. I'll tell you guys the real number another time. Okay, bye.